This is for my fathers in case you have missed it. Waking up early when they don't feel like it. Going to work when they don't feel like it. Doing the right thing, give up their pipe dreams, even though it might be they don't feel like it.
Last thing I want to show you. Godly men are experts in understanding the climate of the culture. You gotta understand, these men of Issachar, man, they were some serious dudes. I did some research on these 200 men, and you could go do your own research, and it was way more than I was able to jot down, but I jot down a few things. And when they said that these men had all their brothers at their command because they was leaders. They knew what they ought to do because they had understanding. And the Bible says wisdom is the principal thing. But in all your getting, get an understanding. So something about understanding something will give you the fuel and give you the tools to use the wisdom that you have. A lot of us know a lot of stuff, but somehow when it comes to enacting that which we know, we act a fool instead of acting what we should be acting. We know, I knew I should have said that. What keeps stopping you? Why? Because you don't have an understanding. Paul said it like this: when I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child. I understood like a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. Why? Because a man understands that his thought dictates what he says. So you got to operate in reverse, because the children and childish men will just say stuff.
Come on.
We just say stuff. And then when they come back to bite us, then we try to fix it up. Can I give you a walking example? Your president the other day was talking to some reporter. He just left this summit with Kim Jong-un, whatever his name is. He just left. And he was bragging about this communist leader that when he walked in the room, his people jump up real tall. They jump up. You know why they jump up? Out of fear. Not respect. Not respect. This man killed his own brother. The man killed his own brother. He ain't got no problem killing you. That's true. And Trump, I want my people to do that. I started laughing. No, it ain't gonna happen. Your wife don't even want to hold your hand in public, dude. So I'm just saying, we gotta understand. We got to come to the table more than a position. We got to come to the table with some understanding. And here I found out about the men of Issachar. They was greatly skilled. They too knew how to handle the weapons, the swords and the slings and the spears and the shield. They knew all that. They were well versed in all that. They was trained, highly trained in all that. But here's what else they knew. They had an understanding of natural time. See, some of them within that 200 understood they was meteorologists. They understood the weather. They understood when clouds was gathering. They understood when a storm was approaching. They understood if a great storm was about to approach and all these things. They understood some stuff. And they brought that to the table because they sometimes in a war, you got to utilize natural resources. If a storm is coming in, then everybody kind of get relaxed because they're going for shelter and they're more protecting themselves from the rain than handling their swords and their spears. So maybe we need to let the storm come in and then we're going to storm down on them. You may have to do that. But not only that, they was agriculture. They understood agriculture. They knew when to plow, when to sow, and when to reap. Why do you need to know that? Because if you're going into a foreign place and you might not have a relationship with the people that's going to get the resources here, you got to know when to plow, you got to know when to sow, and you know when you can reap. So you can take all your food with you. You can have everything you need. And you got to think, they ain't have no Walmart back then. They ain't have no Costco and all that kind of stuff. No, they had to grow it. They had to raise it. And they understood that. These men. They prepared men for that. Before you talking about running there beating up folks, do you have something to eat? When last time you went into a fight and said, let me eat first? No, you want to fight. But you ain't got no nourishment. You ain't got no strength. You ain't got no stamina. You got a mouthpiece, but now you ain't got no wind. You better get your nutrition right. And these guys understood that. And they incorporated it into their strategy. They were event coordinators. Ceremony. At certain time, according to the Jewish calendar, certain things you just don't do. Or you catch the enemy obeying certain laws and certain ceremonies, and they would go in and attack them at that time because their guards are down. They were politicians. They understood the political system, who to talk to, who not to talk to, what to say and how to say it, in order to get what you want. These men, these 200 men, and they all came together. And they gathered and they garnered and they galvanized their knowledge and they galvanized their information. They understood the affairs. They knew the climate of the culture, the temper of the nation. And they was intelligent and judicious as well as modest. They was modest. They were very modest men. They knew who they were. So they didn't have to run around bragging about it. Because when you are who you are, you ain't got to announce to the world who you are because they know who you are. And I was talking to my son last night, God has blessed you. So you got to learn how to control your emotion. Because when you're good at what you do, you ain't got to go bragging. You ain't got to go struggling. And you ain't got to go straining to anybody. Just do you. He gave you a great business mind. But if you get mad every time somebody interrupts you on anything, you ain't gonna have much business. People buy from people they like. People buy from people they trust. People buy from people they respect. You may not even have the best product, but because they like you. Because they know you. And as Mark said, when they see you pushing a car, people will jump out their car and push with you. But when you see somebody sitting in their car, waiting on the tow truck, they're going to blow right past you. If you ever want to get somewhere in life and you're struggling, get outside and start pushing. Let people see you doing something. If we want to impact the world from Jesus Christ, then we need to start with what we have right here. Henry sent me a note, and I'm going to see if people will make a slide. They got water hooked up in the church. He said, brother, thank you, and thank everybody, and may God bless y'all richly. Over in Zambia, they got water. It's just a little pipe with a little spout on it. Now, if I show you that, that ain't nothing. No, because you looking at all this lavishness you living in. You got water faucets everywhere. But when you in a place that don't have no running water, and you get that one little pipe shooting up out the ground, oh yeah, the church gonna grow exponentially.
Amen.
Why? Because it's watered out. All because of a seed we sow from this little box right here. We got to do it. Why? Because we understand. We understand the need. We understand what would happen if Christ is not promoted in the culture. We can see the evidence right now.
Amen.
They say they took Christ out of school. They can't take him out of school. We just stop praying.
Amen.
Come on now.
We want to march on everything. No, you start praying.
Yeah.
You start giving. You start showing up in God's name. You start presenting them Christ. And I guarantee you, things will change.
Amen.
How do I know? Because when I go back to First Chronicles chapter 12, it starts off with verse 2. The son of Issachar had understanding of the time. They understood. What type of time was it, Pastor? It was tumultuous. And like I said, we have many parallels. So the Lord led me to this, our last verse. Let's go to 1 Timothy. Let me read you some headlines from today's news. I'm sorry, 2 Timothy. You have it, say amen. 2 Timothy chapter 3. I'm sorry. Here it says, but know this, that in the last days, perilous times will come. For men will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boasters, proud, blasphemous, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, unloving, unforgiving, slanderers, without self-control, brutal, despisers of good, traitors, headstrong, haughty, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying its power, and from such people turn away. Chapter 4, same book. He says, I charge you therefore before God and the Lord Jesus Christ, who will judge the living and the dead at his appearing and his kingdom. Preach the word. Be ready in season and out of season. Convince, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and teaching. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but according to their own desires, because they have itching ears, they will heap up for themselves teachers, and they will turn their ears away from the truth and be turned aside to fable. But you be watchful in all things, endure affliction, do the work of an evangelist, fulfill your ministry. And I just need men to say, I'm that man.
I'm that man.
I know the day's gonna get rough. But Pastor, you said earlier, we want to change our world. See, the time's gonna get rougher. School shootings gonna keep happening. Corruption in the White House is gonna keep happening. Corruption on the school board is gonna keep happening. People hanging out on the street, homelessness, all these things that we despise and we wish would change, that we're trying to legislate out, all of that stuff is only going to get worse. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. But if we learn how to live, to impact, to improve, instead of trying to impress people, right here, we will learn how to endure. He said, endure the affliction. Do the work of an evangelist. We have a call to do, man.
Amen.
We have a call to do, church. And I don't know about you, but as for me, in my house, I'm going to teach them how to preach Jesus. You may not be a pastor, you may not even be an ordained minister, but you can preach.
Come on.
All it
Man.
means is that you proclaiming.
Amen.
What do you proclaim? That what you know.
Amen. Come on.
How do I know, even though the world get away, I still have a peace that surpasses all understanding? How do I know? I know that no weapon formed against me will prosper. How do I know? Because greater is he that is in me than he that's in the world. Why? Because I preached it. What do I preach? That which I know.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah.
All I know is I sow little seeds, and he gives me an abundance of crops.
Yeah.
What are you sowing, Pastor? Why tithe? And he gives me enough to keep going.
Amen.
I don't know about you, but I feel like that woman who had the son that had to feed the prophet and had only 1 cup of meal left in her bank. I said, God, that's me. I'm not that woman, but that's me. I look at my bank account and I said, I only got 1 cup left. I got bills due. I got things I got to do. I got a gas pump that don't want to agree with me.
Come on, somebody.
Right?
You know, I got all these things that's coming. But every time I dip my cup,
Yeah.
I look back and I go, 1 more cup left.
Yeah, Lord.
And instead of saying, when I'm going to get some more, I said, thank you, Jesus.
Amen.
I don't know what your bank account look like. I don't know what your spiritual account look like. I don't know what your emotional account look like. But sometimes we feel like people that got on our reserve nerve. We ain't got nothing left to give life. But if you keep playing, I guarantee you, God will give you a little bit more.
Amen. Come on now.
It's hard for men in the world, not just black men, white men, Asian men, Hispanic men. I don't care who you are. If you're a man in this culture and you're trying to live right, you are a minority.
Amen.
But I know one thing, that if God could take a little boy
Yeah.
and give him a slingshot and a rock to take out a 9-foot giant, what can he do for us? Because God is not a respecter of person. What he done for others, he'll do for you. He's the same today as he was yesterday, and he'll be the same forevermore. Father, I thank you
Thank you.
for loving us so much, for keeping us, for providing for us, for equipping us, for encouraging us, for empowering us, that we may go into this dark world, that we may engage it and tell them about you, to teach Christ to every man, woman, boy, and girl, to live as godly men and godly fathers in our houses. We should allow our children to see us reading your word, praying aloud, praying for our family, praying over our family. Lord, they should see us engaged with you every day of their lives. Lord, we need to show them Christ and show them the reality of living for Christ, that you will have a peace in the midst of a problematic world. You will be calm. You will be an overcomer instead of one who's overwhelmed. Lord, so we just thank you right now
Thank you.
that your word still runs true throughout our lives. That, Lord, you are with us even to the end of time. That you will never leave us nor forsake us. Though we walk through the valley of shadow of death, we don't have to fear the government. We don't have to fear the police. We don't have to fear our communities. We don't have to fear those who are on the street, for thou art with us.
Yes.
Amen.
And for that, we say thank you. Now let us take serious the charge that you have placed over our life, that we may be all that you have purposed us to be that man, to be that woman, to be that son, to be that daughter, to be that brother, to be that sister, to be that friend, even to be that enemy. For you told us to love our enemies. And if we love them according to your will and your way, even they will be at peace with us. And for that we say thank you. It's in your son Jesus' name that we pray. Amen. I hope that blessed somebody.